my God. That's a preview. Oh, that's live. Holy shit.
Can't curse on these. If someone can comment in the live stream, live chat, can you see the live chat? I feel like it's so tiny. If it's too tiny, then I'm gonna click that button. But someone say something. If it's too tiny, say it's too tiny, and we'll get rid of it. Jerry Miller says, I see you.
Well, yeah, you're not asking if I'm too tiny. Can you see the live chat box?
So someone give us a heads up in the chat. And then what we're gonna be doing tonight is we're gonna spend, I don't know, I put it on for an hour and a half on our calendar.
I saw that.
Okay, well, we'll see. We'll either go for 60 minutes or 90 minutes. We're going to spend the first half curse away, Ray, from Kevin Davis. Kevin,
apparently I'm not allowed. You're not allowed to do that live on YouTube. You can only do that on tape on YouTube. Is that how that works?
Okay, I feel like people can see it, but they can't read it, so I am going to de-block myself.
Yeah, if you can't read it, what the hell's the point?
We're making progress. Week over week, we're making progress. 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
Yeah.
I'll fix that for next week.
Sure.
Actually, I'll fix it for the next, for the premium member live stream, because we're now doing that.
Too small,
Yeah. All right, so the first part of today's live stream, we're going to be doing like almost like deals school. We're going to do like deals school.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, so we're going to do like a deep dive. So I was talking to my dad right before we went live. I think we're going to do Subaru Foresters, and we're just going to essentially walk you through a demo of like how you should navigate negotiating and buying a Subaru Forester. Does that sound fair?
Okay, if you insist.
So then after the first half, or the first 30 minutes or so, but we'll see how long we go.
It could be 45.
Well, but sometimes I think I'm going to go longer than I will, but then it's shorter, so, but.
I don't want to hear that. I don't think that's what people are tuning in for.
After we do the Subaru and we walk you through how to negotiate a Subaru deal, we'll go to the QA. So we'll do both from the live chat here, and then also I even have this little like Twitter thing, so we can pull up a live feed of the Twitter. So if you tweet at #YourAutoAdvocate, we'll be reviewing those as well. So live chat.
In the house. Just wanted to say.
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah.
Live chat.
Yeah.
Twitter. That'll be what we do next. Okay.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Live chat, Twitter. First, we're gonna buy a Subaru.
Okay. Dad, what makes a Subaru a Subaru?
Love, and the fact that dogs can drive it. I've seen the commercials.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Why don't we start with like, let's peel back or go back just one step, which is the big picture environment of cars right now. We just had the video go out about used car prices.
Yeah.
We just had the video go out about the chip shortages for new cars. So before we even like dive into buying this Subaru and walking you through step by step, the negotiability score, the email templates, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yes.
You want to tee it up with like what the car buying environment is right now?
Well, the car buying environment right now is not consumer friendly. And what I mean by that is because of semiconductor chip shortages and factories having to shut down, do temporary shutdowns because they just don't have enough chips to be able to build cars. I know Honda just recently had to reclose their plant that they had reopened in England. Fiat Chrysler's having issues. What was the one we did? Was it Ford the other day? They're having. Everybody's having issues. There is because of trade deals and stuff with China. There's now a shortage of semiconductors. So that's going to impact new car production, which means it's going to continue to keep new car inventories lower than what dealers are normally used to and lower than what customers are normally used to. So if there's sufficient demand, and there seems to be, and a limited supply, that's going to drive prices up. Now, on the used car side, the same thing seems to be happening. It's not the chip shortage that's causing the situation, but it's a overall used car shortage. There just doesn't seem to be enough used cars at the moment.
Yep.
And I know I did a rant last week about how just stop buying used cars because wholesale prices have dropped for 17, probably we didn't look at this week, yes, but probably 18 weeks in a row. But we received a number of comments from viewers who are actually in the used car business and are used car dealers and have specifically said that guess what, where they are, the used car wholesale prices at auction haven't dropped at all. So the black book information that we share, on our weekly market report is as I finally figured out, an overall interpretation of the entire U.S. market, and that there can be pockets within the country where they're not seeing any wholesale reduction in prices at all. So if there continues to be a shortage of used cars and a continued shortage of used cars available to dealers at reasonable prices, then it's going to mean that used car price offerings are going to be higher than what you would normally anticipate.
Okay, so that is the big picture umbrella state of January of 2021.
Yeah, it could be. We'll find out if it's the state of July in July.
Something tells me we'll continue making videos in July. So that's the
Yes.
state of used car
From
and
the
used
shore.
car purchasing
Yeah.
here in January.
Yes.
Let's now dive into like a specific example. So I've got, as everyone can see up on their screen, we've got Cars.com open.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite car research website? You can't say you're Auto Advocate. I'm just curious.
No.
Yeah,
I usually use Auto Trader, but that's just because, I'm old school and I know Auto Trader. By the way, folks, I know I'm not supposed to take a sidetrack here,
Yeah.
but I'm actually wearing a collared shirt.
I commented.
and a button-down shirt. What do you all think?
You look good.
Thank you.
Okay, so if you're on Cars.com, if you're going through the process of buying a car, we're going to walk you through kind of the steps we would take if
Yes.
we were going to buy a Subaru.
Yes.
And let's actually pretend maybe this is Dara's.
Let's do it.
Yeah, like Dara drives a Subaru Outback right now. Let's pretend
Yeah.
she's getting a new Forester. Okay, so do you have a particular preference or any color? I mean, we're in 50-mile range of. That's the first thing that as a car buyer you have to realize is there is a ton of vehicles if you start setting a radius, especially for a popular one like a Subaru Forester.
Yes.
You have any preference?
Well, I have no idea what zip code you're doing, so I don't know where that is.
I don't know either.
Okay. Well, why don't you do 89138?
89138.
It happens to be Las Vegas. It's not necessarily the zip code that we're in Las Vegas. 89138.
Oh, I would help if I put it in right. No, we couldn't find any matches. Try different filters. There's no Subaru Forester. You know what that says to me?
What does that say to you?
Well, I can't spell Auto Trader either, but we're going to Auto Trader, damn it. If Cars.com can't
Okay.
do
Well, I thought we were looking for new.
it. Yeah, well.
Okay. Whatever.
Subaru,
Okay.
Forester. What was my zip?
89138. It's summer.
Someone's been looking at Airbnbs.
Not me.
And see, so Auto Trader does have new vehicles on here as well.
Okay,
Why
cool.
don't we just do the first one? It's a featured
Okay.
dealer.
Okay. They're a featured dealer. They paid to be a featured dealer.
Yes, so they just
Yes.
paid for that click pretty
Yes.
much. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So first thing I notice
Yes.
is your face, because your face is omnipresent and it's everywhere.
It is.
I'm going to click on you.
Not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's a thing.
Okay, so what's the first thing you're looking at? I obviously ran the report. We can come back to this over here on the left. What's the first thing you're looking at when you're pulling up a VDP, a vehicle detail page, if you're a car buyer?
Well, I want to see what they're asking for the car. Now here's the interesting fact. They're asking $35,692,
Yep, we
and
got
our
that.
suggestion is that you offer them $36,364. Now you're saying to yourself, well, okay, if I'm going to offer them $700 more than what they're asking, why
car
wouldn't
thing.
they take it? But that $35,692 very well might include rebates and incentives that have already been applied to the reduction in their asking price.
Yep.
And we basically do our suggested offer
For new vehicles.
for new vehicles based off of MSRP, and then you ask for any incentives and rebates on top of that.
So let's pull this in just so we can see really quick. So the MSRP is $259.
Okay.
So we just added this. I guess the team updated it today.
Yeah.
Why is this higher than dealer price?
Okay.
Right?
Why?
And it's like
Look at that.
unattainably low prices that factor in multiple manufacturer incentives. Okay. But before we even dive into YAA stuff, Pops,
Yeah.
so we've got the dealer's advertised price.
Yes, which is how much below $1,300, $1,400 below MSRP?
It was $1,200. It's like $1,400.
Okay.
$1,400 under MSRP. $1,600 under MSRP.
Okay.
Meet me in the middle. $1,500 under MSRP.
Okay.
So we've got that. Then they've
Uh-huh.
got everything. Obviously, I'm going to close out of you over here.
I don't.
key features. I mean, is there anything really that you're looking for if you know that this is the type of vehicle you're interested in that you can find on any of these pages? I guess they do have like the warranty information. That's helpful.
Well, I would think that.
Do you take any stock in this Kelley Blue Book stuff?
No. I'm sorry.
I just know. That's
no, I mean, because what's it really mean? Nobody really knows. I mean, who knows what's a fair price or what isn't a fair price today? But, well, I mean, I pretty much have an idea before I start looking of what type of Forester I
Yep.
would want, what trim level, and what equipment I wanted to have. So what I would do is I would just check to make sure that the equipment and the trim level match what it is that I'm looking for.
Okay, so let's assume that this is one, and then
Yes,
so then back
this is
in.
it, for sure, because,
So then back in the in your Auto Advocate, like if you use the browser extension, you got it in here.
Yes.
The first thing that I'm thinking about, Pops, is like the similar vehicles down at the bottom. But I guess we should hit on a few key pieces of information before we even get there. Like
Okay.
days on lot,
Yes.
market day supply, stuff like that.
Yes. In the local, this vehicle's been on a lot for 43 days, which is really not a lot of time
For a new car, yeah.
For a new car. I mean, dealers would like to turn their new cars every 90 to 120 days. They don't really want them to get older than 120 days.
Yep.
Typically, the local averages that a car like this sells in 48 days. So they sell really pretty swiftly.
Here in Las Vegas,
In
yeah.
Las Vegas, which would indicate that, if there's a big demand for it, then there's probably not a big discount associated with that big demand.
So that's the first thing.
Yes.
Ex car salesman right here.
Yeah.
Car sales manager, general manager. If I'm moving my inventory quickly, which is
Yes.
what the local average of 48 days is telling me,
Yes.
then if this vehicle's been on the lot for 43 days, it's kind of no wonder then it
Yeah.
has a low.
lower negotiability score, because these cars are turning fast, and they're turning fast because they're in short supply. They can't seem to get as many of them in as they would like.
Yep.
And they're a popular car. Subaru has been over the last decade a fast growing brand.
Yep, exactly. Okay, that makes plenty of sense. So then I'm going to scroll down. Yeah, and so here you can start to see. So there's 20 similar vehicles, similarly equipped, your make, model, trim in the area.
Which when you factor in that we're in a market that's probably close to 1 million people.
Look at this.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. It would indicate that that's not a lot for a city the size of Las Vegas.
No, definitely. The average dealer advertised price is $35,924. One dealer has one advertised at $35,393, and our lowest suggested offer, which is from the MSRP, is $35,695. So let's take a peek down here. So this is where things start to get interesting, and we'll move on from like analyzing a particular VIN to talking about making outreach. So using the email templates, I've got those. Whoops, where'd my mouse go? There we go. I've got those right here, so we'll talk about these a bit, Pops. But when I look at the similar vehicles, this negotiability score for me, I mean, look at this. They're all the same. They're all the same Subaru. Yeah. The negotiability score is factored based on like what my dad taught me, which is based on the market day supply. This will be one that's sitting on the dealer's lot longer.
Yeah.
So why don't we?
And they're really, you can tell that there's not one that has a negotiability score over 50.
Yeah.
Which means that there's not one that's actually been sitting for an extended period
There's plenty
of time.
that have 15.
Yeah. So that would indicate to me, and just the fact that there's so few,
Yeah.
Such a limited supply in a market as large as Las Vegas, that you're going to have a hard time getting a dealer to discount a tremendous amount off of MSRP on one of these cars in this particular market.
Okay, so let's say exterior color doesn't matter to you. Of course, you could filter it, but let's just say it doesn't matter to you in this case, Pops, and you're going to look at this one, the one with the highest negotiability score. So let's run it really quick.
I hope you have unlimited access.
I don't. Not on this account. I do on my other account, but not on this one.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. So that one's been on. So that's been on a lot twice as long as normal. I would wonder why.
Is that the same dealership?
Yeah.
Yep.
I would wonder why. Now, my guess is that they're going to say, well, we're not really going to go down much more. And you can see that there was a recent price drop.
Yesterday.
Yeah. So I'm guessing
$300, but still a price drop.
But a price drop, and I don't know how to work. But
What do you want? You want all the way over
well,
here?
no, go back to that price drop, which was November
Yep.
27th. And then,
$200.
Yeah. So I don't think there's going to be a lot that you're going to be able to negotiate on a car like this. But because it's 94 days old, if you're at the dealership and you go in and you say, geez, I understand that, that you hate to have
Yep.
aged new car inventory. What's the oldest? Crystal white or whatever
Well,
color.
but you
is-
know this before you even come in now.
Yeah. So you would know that might be the oldest one they have, and because it's the oldest one they have, they just might be willing to take a little less for that car because they've been paying to have that car there, and they want to turn it before it becomes really aged new car inventory.
Exactly.
So there's a little bit of leverage there. There's not a great deal of leverage there because there's not a great deal of leverage in the Las Vegas market at the moment for these things.
In
But
most
that's
markets.
something that you might be able to utilize in order to get yourself a better deal if you can become colorblind. Now, if it had to be Jasper Green, then this car doesn't matter. But if you can become colorblind and go, you know what, I think I could live with white,
Yeah.
which is probably one of the most popular colors in cars,
Yeah, I
for
know.
cars
It is,
out
yeah.
here in the Southwest, you know, you might be able to get yourself a slightly better deal.
No, and you can always filter by color, but let's touch
Yeah.
on just one other thing.
Well,
here.
wait, you
ahead.
filtered by color,
Yeah.
and now there's 3.
Yeah,
in
there's
that
3
color.
Jasper
So-
Green.
so what are the
2021
odds? Yeah.
Subaru Forester Tourings in
Yeah.
the Las Vegas market right now.
Yes.
And the one that's been on a dealer's lot longest is actually the one that we were looking at.
First.
And that's kind of like the power here behind the market price report.
Yes.
Is that, you know, what you were just saying is you go to the dealership, you ask them what's the oldest one you have on your lot. You can, or you can know before you go.
Yeah. You know, I understand you have a white one that's been on your
So
lot.
let's-
According to the research I've done, it's been on your lot for over 90 days. And I know
Yeah.
from what I've heard about the industry, you like to get rid of cars like that sooner rather than
So
later.
let's translate this into a next step. So you've run your analysis.
Yes.
You've found the one that you want to make
Yes.
average to a dealer
Yes.
on. What comes next to actually inevitably getting my best possible price on a car deal?
Well, you know, either you go there, and
You're not
most people
going there
are,
in
and
COVID
most
times.
people are trying not to go there during the COVID outbreak. So you can utilize. I hate to plug our stuff, and I hate to plug the stuff that I wrote, but you can utilize our email templates to start the conversation, explaining what you're looking for, and you can cut and paste these email templates.
Let's make this very real, Deb. So
Yes.
we're buying a Subaru Forester.
Yeah, I mean, look, the first one happens to be on a Subaru Outback.
Does it really?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Right there.
Yeah.
So, but seriously, let's like make this as real as possible because a lot of people are either thinking about buying I mean, the reason
Yeah.
you tune into this is because you're thinking about buying a car or
One
you're
would
buying
hope,
a car.
yeah.
Okay, so let's walk this through. So we've identified one that's been on a dealer's lot for 94 days.
Yes.
Are we going to send one email out, or am I going to send emails?
You're going to
all
send
the-
emails to as many Subaru dealers as there are in this particular market, unless you're willing to travel a little further. And I don't know where a little further would take you.
in our region, yeah, but we don't have to
yeah.
get
So,
hyper
yeah.
specific. But in general,
Yeah.
you want to make outreach to how
Maybe
many?
maybe you're willing to travel 100 miles or whatever it is, and you want to try and make outreach to 5 or 6 if you can, if there's 5 or 6 that are available.
Okay, because at the end of the day, what we're going to be doing here is you're going to identify the best potential deal possible, but then you're going to get quotes from.
You're going to try and get 2 dealers to compete against each other, or 3 dealers to compete against each other.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the name of the game here.
Yes.
All right, so let's walk through this. So my name is your name. I live in your area. My zip code is. So why are you giving them your zip code?
So that they can figure out the exact tax rate and title and registration fees.
Okay, perfect. Because we're asking for.
Because we're asking very specifically in here for our out-the-door price, including all fees with a breakdown of all those fees.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay, and then what you're actually making outreach for. So be
Yes.
sure to put in the details of the vehicle and specify a stock number if you have an exact vehicle in mind. So obviously
Which
back.
we do.
Yeah, back here we
Yes.
have the stock number. Where is it?
Well, we have the VIN.
We have the VIN right
Yes.
there.
Yes.
I guess we may have removed the stock number. Or actually, if you want the stock number, you can just click to go back to the dealer website. But talk to me a little bit, Dad, about the importance of the stock number and kind of how that makes you.
So you're discussing a particular vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay. You might even because we know that this car's been in their inventory for 94 days, which is almost double the area
Average, yeah.
average. that you might want to mention that in here.
So
You could add that to the email.
sounds like our email templates, like if you could start to think they should be like, they should pull in, I know you've held this vehicle in
Yeah.
inventory for X number of days and the
Days.
market average is, how powerful would that be?
Well, to me, that would be powerful.
What would
the
you
best
assume?
question would be, ask our audience, how powerful would that be for you
Yeah,
if
seriously, yeah.
it could automatically pull that information in? But that would be, if you had that information and you
Put it
have
in
it
this
available,
template, yeah.
and it automatically could populate in
Yeah, that'd be
there,
pretty slick.
that would make your life easier, and it would kind of put the dealer on notice that you know what the hell you're doing and what you're talking about.
Roxy asked a good question. Let's answer it right now, Pops.
Okay.
How much do dealers have to pay for a car that sits on their lot?
Well, carrying costs today are lower than they've ever been because interest rates are lower than they've ever been. But it's not free. So even if it's $100 a month for the car to sit there, well, in 90 days, that's $300 extra that they now have in expense for that particular car. If it's $150 a month, whatever it is,
Yeah.
but it adds up.
Ken asked the question, how creepy would that be when we were talking about that email? And I really do want you to pull yourself back to when
Yeah.
you were on the other side of the desk.
Yeah.
Did you ever get a single email that was that specific? And if you did, what the hell would that mean? Like, what would that signal to you?
It would signal to me that I've got somebody that knows what they're doing and somebody that's serious about buying a car. And I can't just send back a generic, gee, when can you get in?
Yeah, because if you do, like...
Okay, one of the things that separated me from other managers was that I used to say to the salespeople, if the customer asks a specific question, give them the answer to that question.
Yeah.
There's a reason they're asking for it. To ignore it or avoid it is just signaling to the customer that A, you're not willing to listen to them, and
No,
B,
yeah.
you don't give a damn about them.
Yep.
So hopefully you can appeal to dealerships where they have the concept and the idea that, well, maybe we need to answer our customers' questions when they ask them.
Yeah. No, trust me.
If it's very specific.
Because I'm actually sitting here wondering, Deb.
Yeah.
I'm actually even wondering if, like, in these templates, we should get so specific to say, my calculations suggest that it costs you $100 a month in floor plan. Like, I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah.
we're not there yet, but these templates are here. So yes.
Yes.
But
So-
Kimberly live chat, she said speak dealership language. So I guess, and Kimberly
Yeah.
used to work in the dealership,
Yeah.
so she knows what she's talking about too.
Yeah, floor plan.
The more you talk in the dealership's
Yes,
language,
yes.
the further you're
You
gonna
know,
get.
we have received emails from viewers who have specifically stated that dealers have said to them, well, my God, based on our conversation, it seems
I
like
put
you're
that
in the
one-
business.
Wait, I will pull that up because
You were either in the business or are in the business, and so let's just cut to the chase.
yeah, look how awesome this is that this, it's
There
right
it is,
here.
yeah.
It's not the photo of my dad. It's this email where it was, hi, I can tell by this reply, this is not the first time you have purchased and possibly you are in or have been in the auto industry. So what is a fair offer and let's make the process easy. Like when we got that, that was from Michelle, back in December. Like that was truly pretty awesome. Okay, but anyway, so we will evolve these templates. But in the meantime, we're still buying our Supra.
Yes.
Still buying our
So
Supra.
this is the first email that you send to them
Of 6 or 7 or 8.
to start the process.
Okay.
Yes.
So then what happens when I'm going to send out this template to 6, 7, 8, and I'm going to get the 6, 7, 8 from, the similar vehicles that are
Yes.
here in the YAM. Great. I sent out my emails. Now what happens?
Now you're waiting for somebody to respond.
Okay.
Okay. Now, truth be told, most of them won't.
Yep. So how do you handle that? Because we get a lot of emails.
So then you send another email you go up the food chain.
I think we have a template for that.
Probably.
Well, we have a template for email when the dealer says the price is the
The
price. Email asking if the car is still available. Lease quote. Factory order. Email for the dealer. Yeah.
Yeah, where you move up the food chain.
There we go. It's
Yeah.
right here. Hello. A couple of days ago, I requested information from your store regarding an out-the-door price for a vehicle I'm interested in buying before the end of the month. The response I received from your staff was underwhelming at best. Okay, so one of the things that we talked about recently is like, can we use marketing automation, like a business thing, to like send this to dealers? But in the
Yeah.
meantime, Yeah, 3
Look,
days
John
goes by.
Denson says, the templates work. I have been using them this week to get a 2017 Santa Fe Ultimate, hoping to close this week.
Nicely done, John.
Thank you.
Also-
Did we pay you for that?
Also, my dad just read that off of our second monitor, so
Yes.
it seems like the second monitor was a good investment. Really
Well, it
glad.
was, because it's big enough for these old eyes to be able to read it.
Okay, but so then you would go up the chain of command. But eventually
Yes.
you got to get yourself 2 quotes, right? I mean, that is the name of the
Well,
game.
the hope is to get at least 2 quotes. If you don't, you don't. But you just work the one you get. And even though they don't know that they're the only one, you can make them believe that you're still negotiating with another dealer.
I'm putting the templates in the live chat, just the link to this, so that everyone can access it. Okay. Oh my. We're going to do Q&A, like a focused Q&A in about, I don't know, 10-ish minutes. Okay, so then we're going to get the OTD quotes back, or at least we're going to get one. for
Yes,
each show.
we're going to get something. Typically, you'll get, gee, when can you come in?
And how do you handle that when that's all you hear?
Apparently you can't read. In a nice way, in a nice email, you go, you know what, you can't read? I'm not coming in. I need an out-the-door price. I need you to answer my questions.
So then you're working on...
Whether or not you're willing to answer my questions will be a determining factor as to whether or not I'm even willing to consider spending my money with you.
But then you're working on the biggest discount from the dealer,
Yes.
not manufacturer
No,
incentives.
the dealer. You want to work the discount from the dealer before you apply any incentives.
Yes, and then once you have the biggest discount from a dealer, then you apply any manufacturer incentives.
Yes.
Then you have to protect yourself in the F&I office, and then
Yeah.
you made a car deal.
Something like that, yeah.
How long should that process take?
Well, how long should it
Should
take
it
and how
take?
long does it take? They're two different things. How long should it take is you should be able to do this in a day if dealers were willing to try to accommodate their customers. The fact that dealers are so ingrained against actually doing that means that this could end up taking a week, 10 days. When we were actually in the concierge business of negotiating on behalf of the customers to do this,
Yep.
we felt pretty good if we could make it happen in a week's time.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that was aggressive.
And that required
A lot of phone calls.
a lot of phone calls and a lot of emails. I mean, there were deals that might have ended up being 40, 50 emails.
Yeah.
Back and forth with the dealer, asking for, getting the exact breakdown. But that, only having it take a week was actually relatively short for this industry, since the industry is not consumer-centric.
Yep, definitely. So anticipate at least a week.
Yeah, could be more.
Start with running some VINs in the market price report,
Yes.
or honestly just whatever you need to do to find it, but make sure you're getting your hands on time on lot and market day supply.
Mm-hmm.
Then email templates,
Yes.
2 dealers to dance,
Yes.
work them against one another.
Yes.
Biggest discount from
MSRP.
MSRP,
Yes.
less manufacturer incentives,
Yes.
then add in manufacturer incentives to the one that has the biggest dealer discount. Front end of the deal done. Then you move to the back end of the deal. Back end of the deal, come pre-approved with your own financing if you, especially if you're buying a used car,
Yes.
right? If you're buying a new car and you're going to end up using some sort of, a captive lender financing program, you're not going to be able to beat that with the credit union and whatnot, but still come pre-approved.
Yes.
Say no to ancillaries.
Yeah, unless there's something there that you want to buy, and
And if you do want to buy it somewhere cheaper.
Well, let me finish. Okay. I mean, they can and will offer some items that might have value to you. It doesn't mean that you have to pay the price that they're asking
Yeah.
for it. You can negotiate every one of those protection packages, whatever they may be in the finance. You can negotiate on every one of those. Those prices are not set in stone. So if there's LoJack and you really want LoJack and they want to charge you $9.95 and you go, okay, well, I'd consider it $3.95.
Yeah.
And then you can negotiate a price. But it doesn't have to be the price that they're asking. But there are some things that they could offer that you might find value in.
I know, but I just want to be crystal clear.
Yeah.
You can buy them generally other places a lot less.
Chances are, yes,
Like,
more than
don't buy
likely.
gap insurance from the dealership.
Well, they tend to mark it up quite a bit.
Yeah, don't buy an extended warranty from a dealership.
They tend to mark it up quite a bit. But there will be
You want
times,
LoJack, get LoJack.
There will be times There will be times that based on how finance people are compensated, and part of their compensation plan is to hit certain metrics for penetration on certain metrics for a penetration.
You're sounding like me.
I'm getting like you from sitting next to you so often. So what I'm trying to say is if they get a bonus because 60% of their customers bought a warranty or an extended service contract, and they need one more to get to that bonus, and it's the end of the month, you could probably get that at their cost if you pushed hard enough.
Yeah.
So
I just want to set fair expectations.
Yeah,
for people.
yeah.
Like,
the fair expectation is they're going to make a fortune on you.
You just described
the ideal situation.
No, the issue with TrueCar. TrueCar shows you what other people paid in your area, and then a great deal. You know why someone got a great deal? Because they bought at the end of the month. They got it
and the dealer needed that deal to be able to hit an objective that was going to pay him $100,000 or so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That happens 1 out of 200 car deals in a month.
Yeah.
So the odds that you're that person, anyway.
Yeah, well, it's the same odds of me winning the Mega Millions.
Roxy asked, where can I buy an extended warranty? We have our partner, so we obviously recommend our website. So YourAutoAdvocate.com/extended-warranty. Okay, let us transition away from a specific car deal, and also eventually let's come back to at some time during this live stream talking about used cars specifically, because we're getting a lot of used car questions. Let us focus on live chat and Twitter. So I'm going to do my best here. So please, if you have a question, feel free to put it either in Twitter or in the live chat. I'm going to see if we have any tweets, Father, before we go. Okay, so we have one here.
An Arizona-specific question?
An Arizona-specific question. So let me pull this up on the stream. Let me do Twitter. So there's Twitter. Oh, except I don't know if it'll... Nope. All right, I'm not going to waste everyone's time with that.
Okay, good.
You know what? This is a father-son show right here. When you give me the shit, you give me the eyes.
You can't say that on...
It's my stream. You can't say it. You can't say it.
You can say it, but I
can't. But you give me the eyes. So what if I'm a one-man show?
Come on.
Mr. Smith says, put your comments or your questions in the live chat. We'll be pulling that back up in a second. There was only one thing on Twitter from Mr. Smith.
Yeah.
Ray, Arizona-specific question. Bill Luke Santan has a car I want, but won't move on money. They won't negotiate via email. The app suggests an offer that's $1,000 below listed. I have my own financing. Any chance they budge in person?
Well, I will tell you that most dealerships, most are still old school, especially in Arizona. So your best leverage is when you're there. It's that simple. They much prefer to deal with somebody that's there, so that when they get an agreement, that they can deliver the car right then and there. They don't have to wait for somebody to come in. So the most leverage you have as a customer, if you are willing to go into a dealership,
is when you're
there. Now, in today's world, and since we're talking about Arizona, which is the COVID hotspot of the world at the moment, I think that you can appeal to somebody, a general manager somewhere, that says, because of COVID and because of the dangers of COVID in Arizona at the moment, I want to minimize the amount of time that I'm at your dealership. I need to negotiate the entire deal with you first online, and then we can set up the appointment for me to come in so that I can spend 15 to 20 minutes finishing up the paperwork.
Got it. Perfect. Makes sense. Let's do rapid fire. Let's go through some questions.
Rapid fire.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. We've got from October Blue. Will President's Day really be a good time this year for car shopping?
It's hard to say with the semiconductor issues
on the new car side.
On the new car side, and with still seems to be somewhat of a shortage of pre-owned cars on the pre-owned side, and the prices being high. I don't know that President's Day will or won't be. We know from one of the people that we spend a lot of time reading, that the research they did, the holiday that offers the largest discount on pre-owned cars off of asking price is the holiday that's this coming week, then Martin Luther King.
Yeah, that's from IC Cars.
Yeah.
We have a question here. Where was it? Phil Johnson says, how would you negotiate the purchase of a vehicle that's had a minor accident but has been repaired?
Well, thank God it was repaired, but I would just look at the dealer and say any car that's been in an accident, regardless of how big or how small, there's a certain amount of diminished value associated with that. If I would pay more as a customer for a car that's never been in an accident than I would for one that has been in an accident. So since this car has been in an accident, I need you to lower the price $1,000 or $500 or whatever it is, depending upon how severe the accident it was in.
Makes sense, makes sense. We have another question here, Pops, that comes from, let's do the one from JL3 Sticks. How to get a deal on a specific car a dealer does not have on their lot? Like a RAV4 Prime that Toyota only made $5,000 per year.
That's called supply and demand, my friend, and that's going to be difficult. Because I guarantee you there's more than 5,000 people that want them.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you can get a dealer that will work with you to any extent, you're probably ahead of the game.
All right, now I want to pull something out that I did not talk to my Pops about whatsoever, because that is kind of just what I do.
Yeah.
So
But I'm not allowed to curse.
No, you're not allowed to curse. Pops, I've actually pulled up the Black Book report.
Yeah.
So we'll probably do a video about this soon, but since everyone's on the live stream, let's do it now. Because we had the question asked, are wholesale prices continuing to go up? So we've got this week, wow, look at that. That's this week, wholesale prices. Look at the graph.
Yes. So, well,
look at that.
Yeah. So apparently, as a nation, they dropped, wholesale prices dropped almost a point last week. Okay. Now, obviously, there's still pockets of the country where they're not dropping at all at the auctions.
Whoa, sporty cars down 1.5 points.
Wow. Oh, well, it's the winter.
No, I know, but that's just, wow.
Yeah. Near luxury cars down over a point.
Anyone looking for an Acura?
Subcompact down over 1.25 points.
Trucks, look at compact and subcompact crossovers.
So,
wow, interesting.
So the dilemma has been that we have seen for the past 18 weeks this steady decline in the prices that dealers are paying at auction for these vehicles, but we haven't seen any real reduction in the retail prices that the dealers are then asking for these cars. So you would think that they could cost average if they have old units that they paid way too much for.
Yep.
And they're getting other units that are similar, but for 8 or 9 or 10% less than those other ones, they can actually cost average that used car.
Why cost average when you can just make more money?
Well, you cost average so that the ones that have been there the longest just suddenly become sellable.
Yeah, definitely. Trust me, I get it. But
yeah.
Okay, let's go back to the Q&A. Let's see here. Oh, thanks for replying to our question. Yeah, you're welcome. Well, if there's not that many questions, we don't have to do Q&A. But Ken says, question, why don't regular car makers make 4-seater convertibles anymore? There's really only the Mustang, too noisy.
Yeah.
Then you have to get a BMW, Audi, or Mercedes.
Yeah, because there's not that big of a market.
People don't buy them.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary to think that like the types of vehicles on the roads are becoming a bit more like homogenous. Like they're all very similar. Big SUVs. Like we saw it this year with the Telluride and the Palisade. Yeah. Or last year, excuse me. Yeah. And then you have like the Highlander really popular, the 4Runner really popular. It's like if people are going to buy them, they're going to make a ton of them.
Yeah, I happen to love it.
Whoa!
What?
Whoa!
What?
Whoa!
What?
Someone just gave us $20.
For what?
I don't know. Let's read their thing.
Yeah.
Wait, can we just acknowledge for a second that like we're still YouTube rookies?
Yeah. What does this mean?
Daily Grind.
Yeah.
Who just gave us $20. Yeah. I really want a truck. The exact truck I wanted last year, a 2018. Sorry to whoever asked the previous question.
Yeah.
I'm like, this thing is a 2018 Toyota Tundra with 19,000 miles, 1794 edition.
I don't know what that is, but that's
maybe it's 1974 edition. I don't know.
I don't know.
17. Okay.
I don't know.
For 38,000 is now selling for 46,000. Wow. And I just can't justify buying knowing I'm paying 10,000 more 1 year later. This is insane. You know what that reminds me of? when you would explain to me what additional dealer markup was and how Benjamin, we just got $5.
Bless you.
This
Bless
is-
you, Daily Grind. Bless you, Benjamin. It's not necessary, but
No.
but we will spend it, I promise you.
This is great.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone. All right, we got to get back to Daily
Yeah.
Grind in a second. But if anyone looked at our Instagram recently, I took a photo of the second monitor, and I was really embarrassed because you could see that our camera is just sitting up on books.
Yes, thank God
So-
they had books in this rental when we rented it.
Okay. Anyway,
But,
yes.
but yes, I agree with you, Daily Grind. It's absolutely insane that a car that is now 1 year older than it was the last time you looked at it is suddenly $8,000 more than it was last year. And that indicates two things. One, that there's a shortage of vehicles. Two, that the dealers are paying way too much for them at the auctions if they're buying them at all. And because of that, they have to charge way too much for them. And unfortunately, there's still enough people buying them.
Yeah.
So as long it's all demand driven. And what
Keep going.
what is anything worth? It's worth what somebody's willing to pay for it. So if there are people out there that are willing to pay the $46,000, then they're going to keep asking that kind of money for it. It's really kind of sad. And I saw my son run off with a bottle of bourbon. What the hell's going on here? It's got to be over ice.
Nope.
No. Well, I'm not drinking it if it's not over.
Well, we had someone comment that said, hi, by the way.
Yeah.
Someone commented and
Yeah.
said, you guys got to take a shot every time someone monetizes you live. It's a rule.
I'm not allowed to curse, but absolutely effing not.
This could get fun. Okay, let's scroll back up
Yeah.
here.
These are. Why would you even use these? They're so. Everything in this place is dirty. They
It's
didn't wash
Airbnb
any of
with
this shit.
stuff. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you for that daily grind. Now, Benjamin Young
Yeah.
just said that he loves us, which is awesome. So thank
Well,
you, Benjamin.
thank you, and this-
You're invited over anytime.
okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. IMMK9988 says, will unlimited YA market reports be on sale for $9.95 again? Yeah, if you actually go to the site right now, we just released today. It's $49.95. That gets you 3 months unlimited reports. We're going to be doing member-only live streams,
Yes.
which are going to be like, that's why we got the second monitor in all honesty, so we could actually, they're almost going to be like Zoom calls with like a group, so we can just answer questions one-to-many. And then we're also offering, included in this $49.95 price point, a 15-minute call with me, my dad, Kimberly, someone on the YAA team. We're going to do a deal analysis with you, so when you get the worksheets, it's 3 months, so it's 90 days, $49.95, like, hopefully it can be helpful for a lot of people.
And if here, I'll help you out because Zach just wants to go for the big money. But if
This is disgusting.
yeah, it is. I'm telling you. So yeah, put those away.
Yeah.
So you can also do 3 months without the consultation
Yeah.
call for $29.99. So you can,
So it's the $10
so
price
so
point.
that would be $10 a month.
All right, but and someone else gave us $20. This is truly,
Yeah.
I toggled the setting because after the last one, people
Now,
were like, "Holy
and
shit."
can I say one other thing? There are people that have seen that and they go, well, why 3 months? And the reason we're asking people to sign up for 3 months is because studies have shown in today's world, because of the internet, because of how people shop for cars, that the buying process has been drawn out
Yeah.
longer. It's usually somewhere between 60 and 90 days. So if you have 60 to 90 days worth of reports that you can pull, unlimited reports, because that's the amount of time you're going to end up spending,
Yeah.
then it makes sense. If you're somebody that's at the
And you do the weekly live streams where if you have questions, if you're getting
Yeah.
worksheets, just like bring it to the live stream and we'll
But
answer.
I
it.
was going to say,
Yeah, sorry.
if you're somebody that's further down the funnel and you're really close and you know you're buying a car in the next week or 10 days, but you want to get those reports, so sign up for $14.99.
Dude,
or whatever.
you know how bad of a marketer I am?
I don't know how bad
I should put the link in the chat. Like I'm
Well,
really,
you probably should.
I'm really here. I'll pin
Yeah.
it too, so
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
All right, but wait, pops. This is okay. All right, we got to answer a question because we got to provide like
Okay,
some sort of
yes.
views. But Kevin was the one who said take a shot every time we get monetized. I think that could be our first viral YouTube live stream. If we took like very small shots.
Well, get clean glasses for
Okay.
goodness sake. And put some ice in it.
Okay, Jasmine had a question. Then some people gave us money, so we got to acknowledge it. Like, thank you.
Bless you. Thank you.
Internet's an awesome place. Jasmine says, question: do I need my own financing if I want to lease?
Well, no, because you won't be able to find your own financing if you want to lease.
Okay. Ken says someone else played 50. I don't know what that means, but thank you, Ken.
Yeah.
I think G Voight. It's Greg. I'm pretty sure it's Greg.
Yeah.
Where is the donate button? Not sure, Greg. We have no clue how this works.
You're asking the wrong people.
Greg, the donate button is go to the website and sign up for the sign up for the 3-month package. That's the donate button.
Sign up for any of the packages.
Someone gave us 25 Canadian dollars.
Wow.
This is great. Okay, Ray says 20. Ray gave us $20. Ray Martinez.
Well, thank you.
Well deserved, guys. Keep up the great work, great info and chat. Ray, I know we've exchanged some Facebook messages, I think, some emails. Ray, if I'm not mistaken, Ray's in the car business. If I'm not mistaken, I might be thinking of another Ray. If not, Ray, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Oh, Hogtown biker. Yeah, God bless you.
Should we explain to my father what OnlyFans is? Maybe if we hit $100 in revenue, I'll explain to my dad what Hogtown Biker says. Guess OnlyFans was not an option. Thanks for helping my car buying journey. Thank you so much. We're very appreciative. Glad we can help in the journey. But seriously, if we do hit $100 during the live stream, I will explain to my dad what OnlyFans is, and I will share my OnlyFans link with him. That was too far.
You probably need to do it now.
We're at 74. We're at 74 pops. 79. We're at 79. Someone get
79.64.
This is the race to $100 to explain.
Oh my God.
Get that trending. Okay.
Jeez.
Let's keep answering questions though and acknowledging folks. Question: why are dealer websites so cluttered? Google has a clean website. Can't dealers copy their model? That's from Brian.
Well.
And tell them about Jessica in the bottom left corner.
Jessica, the
omnipresent live chat.
Yeah, the live chat. Here's the problem with dealer websites is that most manufacturers have partnered with 2 or 3 different website developers for their dealers. They all want them to have somewhat of a consistent look, and nobody either at the manufacturer level or at the dealer level has figured out the right way to do a website so that it's not cluttered and it's not a pain in the ass to navigate through. And I used to run through the same. I mean, I forget ours was with CDK, I think. And we would get on it every month and we'd review and we'd do this and but
it's all crap.
Yeah.
Desmond says, can you negotiate the residual value on a lease, or is that set by the manufacturer?
That is set by the manufacturer.
Yep.
Yes, there is no negotiating that. And at the end of the lease, we get this oftentimes, well, can I negotiate the residual value at the end of the lease because the car's not worth what the residual value is? And the answer to that is no, because it's etched in stone because it's part of the contract.
Okay, Abel XC11 says, can you keep getting the 3-month membership repeatedly, or does it go month to month after the first 3 months? Honestly, right now the way it's set up, it'll go month to month at $14.99, but we're gonna offer something out. I raised venture capital for the first time in my life back in December. We're investing that to build the suite of products for car buyers. So I don't know if it'll be month to month afterwards. I don't know if it'll be 3 months. I don't know what the heck we're gonna have, but it's gonna be the tools you need to buy and own a car.
Abel, if it's gonna take you more than 3 months to buy a car, I might just have to hold your hand and walk you through it.
Keep joining the live streams.
Yeah.
Wampy says, is there a general formula to approximate dealership cost for an off-lease car?
Is there a general formula?
Off-lease car?
Well, yeah. I mean, the residuals are set at the time the lease was entered into. So the only way you could figure that is if you know what those percentages were 3 years ago.
Yeah, which is not public information.
But typically they're usually somewhere between 50 and 60. Well, it depends on the brand.
All right, let's keep going because Daily Grind gave us $10 more. Daily Grind,
he just wants to see me. He wants me to find out about
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. I don't know.
I'm so
Am I going to be embarrassed?
Yeah, when you know your son has one. All right, Daily Grind says, the question is, when can we really see the prices go back to normal? Buying a vehicle is already a bad decision, but paying even more than its potential value is insane. Trucks do hold their value. Daily Grind, you should come be a part of the YAA team. That's like you're preaching to the choir right here.
Fuck.
Dad, you can't say that for him.
Well, saw that somebody just gave $19.99. That's going to get awfully close. I'm going to find out. The answer to your question is that I can tell you that our crystal ball is kind of cloudy, and I don't really have an answer because I've never lived through a pandemic before, and I've never lived through situations where so much of what's in a car and how a car works can be housed in a little
semiconductor
semiconductor chip, and so I've never lived through times of shortages like that. So I don't know when it gets back to normal. I mean, there's all these new strains of COVID. So who knows? I mean, I just like to get my vaccination and hope to God that works. But until I think this is just pure speculation. Until there is, as what is referred to as herd immunity, where there's enough people, and by enough people they're probably saying 80 to 85% of the population needs to be inoculated. Until that time, I don't know that we get back to.
I like how this became a COVID talk. He's asking about truck prices.
Yeah, but the basis of the question is, when's it going to get back to normal?
He did say normal. I was just double reading. We are well over $100, by the way. So we will scroll down, answer questions, then I'll have to inevitably explain what OnlyFans is.
Are you going to explain that why we're live?
Of course.
Okay.
That
Cool.
there is no shame in my game.
We're about to find out.
Also, I'm just kidding. I don't have an OnlyFans. I'm not capable of that. Although maybe I would be. Okay. CH Beckford, that's dangerous. Yes, that would be. Larry says you don't need a glass. You were correct, Larry. We could just drink it straight. Then we posted our link twice because evidently once wasn't enough.
Yes.
Stiggs McQueen says apple juice shots. Ray could do apple juice shots.
Well, you know, I was thinking, I do have Coca-Cola in the fridge, so I was thinking, you know, like a bourbon and Coke, maybe.
Kevin Davis, Wampy, I couldn't find one. I just estimated based on depreciation. So one thing about depreciation is I had a phone call with, I got a introduction through someone that's very high up in the automotive world to someone at Black Book who is pretty much head of Black Book. And we are working on the first ever, they sell their data to whoever wants to buy their data. Right now it's just dealerships and financial institutions.
Yes.
We're working, I mean, we just signed the paperwork. We're working on being able to, on a VIN-specific level, back in YAA, you put in your VIN, we can tell you the depreciation curve, we can tell you what that vehicle was worth on a specific date in the past. So that'll be something with the leased residuals and off-lease and stuff. And the great thing about it, Black Book's what 80-90% of dealerships use. You know why? You know why when you take a trade-in valuation from Blue Book, you go into the dealership, you show it to them, and then they give you a number $2,000 less? Can you tell us why?
Because that's not the book that the dealers use.
They use Black Book.
Yeah, most dealers use Black Book.
So we're really excited to get Black Book data into your hands because then you really are talking the same language.
Yes, and correct me if I'm wrong, but they've never agreed to do this for a consumer oriented
organization.
So before it's always been for a dealer type of organization.
I was referred over there by a mentor of mine. Again, high up in automotive, had previously been CEO at some big companies in automotive, and I've just built rapport with him. And he made an introduction, and I've endeared myself to the person that I'm working with at Black Book now. And at the end of the call with the whole YAA team on it, he goes, the gentleman leading it, he goes, when we get this up and live, on our dime, we will pay for a press release that we will support, we will write, we will give to all of our connections in automotive and in consumer and say that you are, because you are, the first brand putting Black Book data into consumer hands. And our whole team, we all got off, we were like high-fiving virtually because we're all remote, and like my dad, of course, we were like, holy shit, like that's big. So anyway, it'll be cool when it does come live, but that's enough about us. All right. Any tips for buying?
I thought this whole thing was about us.
No, it's turning into about OnlyFans in all honesty, which is scary.
Okay.
Any tips for buying a used car and getting a good deal? That's from William.
William, just keep checking to see how long a car's been on the lot.
Exactly.
That at this point, that's your only hope to be able to appeal to somebody to say, my God, aren't you better off getting some fresh cash for that and go buying a fresh piece of merchandise to sell?
That's your best bet.
Yeah.
All right, we got to answer the OnlyFans question because at this point we're just dragging people along and we're well over $100. So, Dad, OnlyFans is, and please, if the folks that are watching, please comment if I'm misstating what OnlyFans is. OnlyFans is a creative platform for artists. Would you agree? I think I summed it up very well.
What does that mean?
So artists.
I think you're bullshitting.
No, I think I gave you a very PG, PC
Yeah.
answer for what OnlyFans is.
Yeah.
OnlyFans is like the 21st century strip club. Like, it's a virtual platform.
Oh,
where-
so you can make it rain for the.
But we gotta be careful because this is your auto advocate. This is not like you would be. Like, we represent our own views, not
Yeah.
the business views. Let's just make that very
Okay,
clear.
so it's for strip clubs,
I mean, kind of, but I prefer the term artists.
dance artists,
I mean, I actually don't think you just have to dance.
evocative, Yeah.
Dance artists, yes.
Yeah.
So OnlyFans, like, so in theory,
provocative.
I mean, you could try it,
I could try what?
doing an OnlyFans.
I don't. I think
That could go viral.
I think that could be detrimental to my health at this point.
You're correct because there's a lot of cardiovascular, like moving and shaking and moving.
Oh,
What's your favorite dance move?
just shake my booty.
Okay, Hogged Out. Thank you for bringing that up because that gave me an excuse to tell my dad what OnlyFans is. So I was joking like I had an OnlyFans.
And you do?
No, but I'd probably make some money if I did.
Okay. Well,
Maybe I should.
Yeah.
All right, we'll come back up to. I want to see Thomas Richards. I bought Thomas. Thank you for $5. That's
Okay,
truly
thank you.
awesome.
Yes,
thank you.
thank you.
I bought an Audi from Vroom, but they are making things difficult. How do I back out of the deal even after giving them my down payment?
Well, you haven't taken delivery yet,
Yep.
so don't you have like a certain amount of time to review the deal with them, or even if you get the car to keep it for 2 or 3 days or whatever?
Yeah,
it
isn't
is?
that Vroom's policy?
Yeah, something like that. So if you haven't gotten it yet, say, hey, I just don't want it. I've changed my mind. I want my money back.
Let's here to help Thomas really quick. Bear with me, folks. We're gonna pull up. All right, that's our website, obviously. Vroom return policy. Let's solve this right now. You have 7 days or 250 miles, whichever comes first. So there you go, Thomas. Just use the return policy.
Yeah, and say to them, I know I haven't gotten it to return it to you, but we can save everybody money by just giving me my money back now.
Exactly. There you go.
They should be willing to rescind the transaction, I would think.
Kevin Davis says $25 Canadian is like $7.75 American, half a shot.
I don't think so. I don't think the Canadian dollar's worth that little.
Ken says, I love that you guys are so happy about the donations. You deserve money for all the work that you're doing. Honestly, it's really neat because we've been doing this for over a year now and like trying to, like, YouTube is an awesome platform to get exposed to people and help.
Yes.
And like on the back end at YourAutoAdvocate.com, we've tried to figure out ways to make money, right? Like build a business.
Yes.
And so the idea that people would donate to us just because they like us means a lot. Means a lot. That's really cool. That's really awesome. And it's going to help us fund building the business, which
Well,
is
you
really
know,
great.
the reason that you raised capital wasn't so that you could put it in your pocket. It's
No.
to keep paying developers for the software and everything
Developers, designers,
else. Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going here. Let's see, there was a few. Ken says, thanks for all the content. I've been watching a bunch of your videos. We really appreciate your help. Thank you, Ken. Means a lot. Derek says, you guys rock. Your videos help me not accept the dealer's crazy lowball trade-in offer. They came with those two. Okay, so Derek's...
Well, so that was worth $19.99 to you, and we appreciate that.
But it also speaks volumes to like...
what we do.
But you need the black book numbers. Because
Yes.
if you had the black book numbers, you would have had good expectations going
Yes,
in.
yes.
We have the guide, the trade-in guide, which talks about like get an offer from Carvana, get an offer from
Yes.
CarMax. So on and so
Get
forth.
several offers. And, yeah.
Ken says, I think you hit your 100. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see if people agree with my OnlyFans definition. Thanks for answering my residual value question. By the way, to give your money, viewers can click on the $ at the bottom right section of the comments where you type your comment.
Oh, I see that.
Desmond, thank you. Neither of us knew. I saw a setting in the back end before we went on today's live stream because
Yeah.
everyone said after the last one, they were like, do the super chat. And I was like, I don't know what that is. And then I found the setting for super chat and I checked it. So thank you, Desmond. I'll have to look at that.
Well, I can see it.
Oh, they have the little $. Very
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Benjamin Young says, really want to hear you explain OnlyFans to Ray. Okay, let's see. John says, I've been trying to buy a car for 10 months. Help Ray. Yeah, keep waiting, John. Prices are high, man.
Yeah.
Jasmine, I've got to see Ray react to OnlyFans. Okay.
I'm thinking you didn't really explain it as well as you
Do I need to pull up a video for my dad, like to explain? Well, let's see. We'll keep going. Gus says, with the great info YA provided me, I was able to get a smoking hot deal on a new F-150 out of state, but it was so worth it. Thanks again. Can we just take a moment, Dad?
Yeah.
Gus just gave us $5 to freaking, like, testimonial.
Yeah. We should be paying him.
That's freaking incredible.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gus.
Thank you, Gus, and good luck with your truck.
Oh, Daily Grind says, oh my. Oh, it just jumped down to the thing. Explain OnlyFans to your pops and take a shot. I will probably take a shot. I'm a little cotton-mouthy right now, though, so I'm going to get some water before I do that. Let's see here. Daily Grind says, guys, do a video on how to buy a vehicle out of state and a video on how to buy 2 cars at the same time. Okay, so while we're on that, just for...
I can tell you how to buy 2 cars at one time.
Yep.
From a dealer's perspective. They're going to do one deal at a time. And I can tell you why. Because I've dealt with any number of customers who've said, well, we're going to buy 2 cars today. And so you negotiate a real good price on the first car, and they go, well, we're going to wait on the second one. So dealers have learned to just approach it as each deal stands on its own. So we'll give you a deal that's good for the first car. We'll give you a deal that's good for the second car. You're not going to get a much better deal on the first car and never buy the second car.
Exactly. Yeah, I was going to look. It might take me a second, so I won't waste everyone's time. But we have back on the website, we have an article that talks about buying a car out of state, but I won't waste everyone's time looking for that. So never mind. Let me come back up here.
We'll find it and someday share it.
Oh, okay, here we go. So this must be the chat from when 624. This was when I explained to my dad what OnlyFans is. Kimberly said, yep. Yeah. So thank you, Kimberly. It is a platform for artists.
Okay.
Automotive Dysfunction is crying and laughing.
Yeah.
Ken is laughing out loud. Jasmine is laughing out loud and saying, Mark says pays for college. Ken says a word we can't say on a live chat. Kevin says that's the G-rated Disney version. Which is not a lie, Ted.
So OnlyFans, I mean, Dad. is it like if you had an OnlyFans account, you would be the one doing the dancing?
I could probably make more money on OnlyFans today. I'm not in that kid. When I was in really good shape, I could have made more money on OnlyFans than we'll probably ever make with your auto advocate.
So you're talking about you would be the one dancing, not you would be the one paying to watch somebody dance. That's what OnlyFans is?
Well, you can be on either end.
Okay.
So you can be. It's like people during this live stream, Dad. People have given us $150. Let that sink in. For us being artists.
Okay. Yeah.
But if we were,
so are you saying to me,
yeah,
that in the world of COVID, so that James Harden can now play for the Nets, he doesn't actually have to go to a strip club. He can just go to OnlyFans.
I don't like the term strip club. I'm more of like a artists club.
A dance
hall. Dance hall. Okay. A professional dance hall.
Yes.
But it's like it also goes one step beyond strip club, which is that word that we can't say on the live stream. Exactly.
Gotcha.
But Dad, I just want you to know. So I went hiking in the Grand Canyon with a couple friends like a month or so ago, and it was a really awesome experience. And one of the people I went hiking with, she doesn't do it, but her friend does.
Does what?
How much do you think OnlyFans? How much do you think she makes a month?
$12,000.
$40,000 a month from insane. Okay, let's keep reading people. So I know, reprioritize. That's what I'm saying.
So when we're done, if I go to my computer and I type in OnlyFans, it's going to take me to a rather unique website.
I mean, a website that, I don't want to be around if you're going to OnlyFans.
Thank you, Hogtown.
Okay, so let's see here. Daily Grind says, sex artists.
Yeah,
artists.
Okay,
Thank you.
Artistes.
Go to Luxembourg or whatever. That's what it is.
I used to.
No, we gotta be careful.
I used to fill vending machines. My father was professionally a dentist for a long time. And he hated dentistry, and he gave up dentistry, and he went into the vending machine business. And the biggest portion of the vending machine business that he had during my time was we had prophylactic machines.
Yep.
And we had prophylactic machines in the burlesque houses in Philadelphia and Atlantic City. The Troc Theater, the New Yorker Theater, and it was the Al Baker circuit. And my father's partner got me a pass from Al Baker that says, admit to any time. And I'm sure Al thought that, I would only use it once, but I laminated that son of a bitch and kept it in my wallet. So anytime I wanted to take friends to the burlesque house in Atlantic City,
How neat.
I would just show them my free pass from Al Baker Jr. And yeah, so you're telling me that daily, not that the cash only. OnlyFans.
In case anyone thought this was fake, my dad really has never.
Yeah. So basically, you're telling me OnlyFans is the internet version of a burlesque house.
Yes, and
except that there could be pornography associated.
And this is
with
a 10-minute section of the internet that is like going to live on in infamy. Okay, let's continue. Don't believe me, just watch says, I had a dynamite deal at a private dealership, but when I took a look at the bill, the purchase order, he added window edge and a prep fee.
Oh, window edge. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, that was very nice of him.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's when you say no
Prep fee
thanks.
should have been built into the price of the car, and window edge is worthless.
Kiki for free says, so when will YA be publicly traded? Sounds like a great time to invest. Congrats on the Black Book deal. Thank you. Hopefully someday, but like there's been so many companies, like TrueCar is actually the perfect example. So TrueCar initially was like, we're customer advocates. And then like if anyone has used TrueCar within the past like 6 years, like you get immediately hit with dealer, right?
Yeah.
So like they pivoted and they were like, screw it, let's just make more money selling. So we have to like stay super true to like our word of being customer advocates.
Yes.
And so it's really hard to figure out how to make money in doing that. So like today we launched the $50 3-month plan. Like hopefully
the $14.99 to
the
$29.99 or the
yep.
$49.95.
So Kiki, to your point of like when are we going public? I don't know if we can get like 100,000 people signing up for that a month. Maybe then, maybe. Like right now our reach is probably a little too small for that, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you.
But that's a hope.
Yes, Becky says thank you for all your help. Becky, thank you for the $10. That is incredibly thoughtful and sweet. Thank you. Okay, automotive dysfunction. Yeah, strip club online. I got there.
Okay, it took you a while.
Kevin says independent native folk dancers.
I like that. Yeah.
Jasmine laughed at my artist comment. Thank you, Jasmine, but I was being serious. Would you two recommend entertaining into the auto business as independent consultant who could offer their research and negotiation expertise to clients? I have no formal experience in the auto industry. So I don't know if you're asking for a recommendation conscious way. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
It's an incredible amount of work to do it right and to do it with your customer's best interests at heart.
Let me ask you a question, Dad. If we were doing that business model, how many car deals do you think you could do a month? Well, effectively.
15 to 20.
I was going to say 10.
Yeah.
So just let that sink in. Like it is really hard. That's why we pivoted.
It's so very time consuming.
That's why we pivoted to let's just give people the right tools and knowledge and expertise
so they can do it.
Yep.
On their own.
Juan says Ray is making it rain.
Oh,
He might be.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, Thomas hasn't taken delivery yet. So Thomas, he's the Audi Vroom 7-day return policy. That's a great example of when to use it.
Yeah, so I would, if you haven't taken delivery, then I think you have the right to cancel the transaction, unless the vehicle's on its way, and then you have to deal with it once it gets there.
Hey, so this is from the Rick Sterick. Thank you, Rick. So hey there, I signed off on finance on a vehicle without doing much research. It's $14,000 and I now regret it. I got an appraisal and it came out to $7,500. Any tips for getting out of this?
Did you buy gap insurance?
Oh, Dad. You're gonna get it out. Next. Sorry.
No, it's unfortunate that you did that, and I feel bad that you did that. But what it does is it points out to the audience that you really need to do your due diligence before you sign things, before you commit yourself to things, so that you don't find yourself in that type of position.
Yep, we've got a couple comments here. Luke MTech says a lot of dealers send you to KBB to get your trade-in value. Then Automotive Dysfunction says Scotty Kilmer said KBB is a scam. They make up their numbers, whatever they want. Like, they send you to KBB so that you'll come back. Like, that's they want you to think, oh, I'm gonna get this great trade. No, like, Black Book is the book that, anyway.
Most dealers.
Yep. Juan says, Zach Ray, great content as always. Love the live show and real interaction between father and son.
Well, not just between father and son, but between father, son, and you guys.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. It feels like we're.
It's not.
When was the last time you hung out with like friends? Pre-COVID, right?
Yeah, yeah.
This feels like we're hanging out with friends, so
Yeah.
thank you guys. It's
Yeah.
pretty. I'm really excited for like the live streams we do with the members.
Yes.
Because it'll be more intimate. It'll be like 10, maybe 15 people,
Yeah.
and it'll be more like you can actually. Yeah, that'll be really fun.
Yeah.
Okay, Kelly Smith said signed up for Your Auto Advocate this past weekend. Thank you, Kelly.
you.
That's another way to donate.
Yeah.
And she said the service and your videos have been a godsend. Appreciate the hell out of you guys. That's awesome, Kelly. Share it with a friend. That's the
Yeah.
only way that we've been able to grow. So it means
Yeah.
a lot. Thank you so much. Whoa. All right, let me. Oh my. All right, let's see. There we go. My uncle has a dealer's license. Should I just skip the dealer and go to the auction?
Well, you
Yeah.
don't necessarily know what you're buying at the auction either.
If you do, like,
Yeah.
factor in the reconditioning costs
Yeah.
that you would have to do.
Yeah, but
Yep.
yeah, that would be a cheaper way to pay to get it. And dealers will tell you that right now at the auctions, they're basically paying what used to be retail for these vehicles.
Let's take a second. Brent said, thanks again. Keep up the amazing work. Knowledge is power. Brent just bought his vehicle service contract through us. So congrats, Brent.
Thank you, Brett.
So in case anyone knows, we are very transparent with price. If you do one of the console calls with us or with Kimberly, like we will tell you what our wholesale cost is. It's usually going to beat anyone else. So Brent, awesome. It was awesome helping you get the VSC.
Yep.
Thanks to you. Roxy D said, thanks to you. I noticed the VIN etching fee and said take it off.
Yeah, because it's a waste of money, and it doesn't cost them that much.
All right, let's see here.
Yeah, that's an accessory fee that they would eat in a heartbeat.
Exactly. Yeah.
They had to.
This is from Johnny Gogo. I've not read this. Let's see what this
Okay.
is. I'm a real rocket scientist, and buying a car and being in control isn't rocket science. It's called power of the purse. You have the money and you're in control. Yeah, saying no is definitely, there you go.
Yeah.
Jimmy Prevette says gentleman's club. That is another phrase for it.
James Harden has the strip club delivered via Postmates.
While he's getting all the other food that he's
Yeah,
eating because he's in
no,
great shape.
I like that, yeah.
Okay, Peter gave us 10 Canadian dollars. Thank you,
you,
Peter. My sister, your daughter, graduate of McGill University up in
Yes,
Montreal.
yes. So we've spent a fair share of money in Canada.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Peter says, is your advice applicable to the Canadian buyers? Also, I remember you saying that Consumer Reports does not give unbiased recommendations. Why is that? So you'll answer the first one, I'll answer the second one. I've gotten so much heat over the Consumer Reports thing, and I will express myself.
I would suggest to you that cars are bought and sold very similarly in Canada as they are in the United States. And one of the reasons I say that is I used to, for a short period of time, work at a Mercedes-Benz dealership that was owned by a gentleman whose the bulk of his business was in Canada.
Yep.
Yes, the things that we are suggesting should be applicable for you in Canada.
Black Book also has a Canadian arm, so we could and we should probably do a Canadian report. Even it'll get a smaller footprint, but that's fine. So Peter, thanks for mentioning that. We'll pull the Black Book Canadian data, and the least we can do is make a video about that. And so on the Consumer Reports thing, so I had paid a PR firm. I'm not going to name who they were, but I spent $11,000 with this PR firm for like 2.5 months. And before I even go down that path, Dean, who is a YAA member, someone who watches the channel, who just so happens to be also on like the homepage of our website right now because we helped him buy his car. He gave us an awesome testimonial. Also just so happens to be an executive producer at one of the major networks. One of the major networks. That's all. Is that too much?
Yeah.
Why is that too much?
Go on.
Why is that too much?
I just think it is. You don't need to get that specific. Just, Anyway.
Well, anyway. The PR firm told me some stuff. Dean's helped us out with some other stuff, but that's not his real name. See what I did there?
Oh, I like that. It's not his real picture either.
No, it's not his real name.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go remove him from the home of the website after this. Anyway, long story short, that PR firm told me that Consumer Reports was pay to play, but also they got terrible results for us. So I don't have no clue who to believe. But
I'll tell you who to believe. Okay, Consumer Reports is not a .com, it's a .org.
Wait.
No.
.org. You could go buy a .org right now, Dad.
I know I could, but they kind of bought the .org long before you could just go out and buy .org.
Don't say Dean's
name. Let me finish. They are a legitimate source that goes that they don't ask for any favors when they're buying products. They pay MSRP for whatever it is they're buying. If they bought a car, they go to a dealership, they just pay MSRP, they buy the car. They give unbiased reports. That's what they do. And you not knowing for sure and suggesting that maybe they don't is not fair to them. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying that I'm not convinced that they are. Why would
There's
they
a
have
big
told
difference.
me that?
Who knows? Because they're trying to be big shots, and and maybe they weren't as big shots as they were leading you on to believe they were.
Well, now I need, all right.
You
All
need
right. We
confirmation,
good?
you need
Are we good?
affirmation?
Are we good?
I don't know. Ask the viewers.
Are we good?
I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You got me like flop sweating a little bit here. Are we
Well,
good?
you should. You can't denigrate things if you don't have the facts. You need to have the facts in front of you before you start making.
Oh my gosh! Now I'm getting chastised on a live stream.
Yeah, you are. It's kind of neat.
We get to $200. No, all right. Maybe I'll go to timeout if I.
Yeah.
We really are father son.
Yeah.
Okay, Hogtown Bikers says, thank you for another 25
Jeez,
Canadian.
stop it,
Yes,
Hogtown.
yeah, you're good, man. Thank you. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's a pandemic. All right. Okay, I need to up amount as I could not sign up for YA service. Oh, probably because you're in Canada.
Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah, Canada, yeah.
Well, thank you, Hogtown Biker.
Yeah.
That means a lot to us. Yes, it's.
So thank you very much.
And Ken, who was making the comment that 25 Canadian was $7 American.
It's
over
not.
$40 American. Ken, he made that call out right
Yeah.
there. David said, new subscriber, is Carvana a reasonable site to buy a used car?
I can tell you from my experience when, pre-pandemic, pre-everything else, Carvana, Carfax, those type of dealers always charge more than used car dealers or new car dealers would selling their used cars. They were some of the highest priced, overpriced vehicles that you could hope to buy, but people found the sales practice of the price is the price attractive enough that they were willing to overpay.
Yeah, and if you go to Carvana's a publicly traded company, their market cap, did you note this past week passed 50 billion
With a B.
with a freaking B dollars.
Yeah.
Insane. You can see how much they make per car. They do pretty good. It's
Yeah.
primarily on the back end, so just keep that in mind
Yeah.
as well. Daily Grind said, I have noticed another $5 from
Yeah.
Daily Grind. Thank you.
You don't have to pay every time you want to ask.
No, yeah, we will go through. And if you do, sign up for the membership, because
Yeah,
then we'll
be
just see you
cheaper.
weekly. Yeah. We should see, if we do get to 200, though, I should explain something else to you from, the youth culture.
Okay.
Someone suggested simps, but I don't even really know. I don't even know what that means.
Okay.
Daily Grind says, I have noticed more dealers have moved to the no haggle pricing model. They obviously are profiting more from that selling model. I love to haggle. I just want to throw one thing out before you respond to it. We're adding, it's coming in an upcoming release. We're starting to detect which dealerships are no haggle, and then we're going to pull that into the Your Auto Advocate app, so you'll be able to toggle between negotiation and negotiation-free dealerships. It only makes sense.
Yeah. I personally like a negotiation-free selling. I like the fact that the price is the price. Whether you're a good negotiator or a bad negotiator doesn't really matter. Everybody's going to pay the same. There isn't a reward for being better at this or a punishment for not being as good at it. So there is a market for no hassle, no haggle dealerships, and I think our hope is eventually that all dealerships will be that way, and it will be a lot more transparent than it is today.
Yeah, I mean, perfect end state for us would be 5-10 years from now, buying a car doesn't take 90 days, and also buying a car you have transparency into how much you spend.
Yeah.
If we can help that happen, then we've won.
Yeah.
It should just be fair and it should be easier.
Yeah.
Roxy D says, how do you find the black book value of a vehicle? Love your videos. Roxy, right now the only way to know is to go to the dealership.
And they probably won't share with you.
Yeah, they won't share with you. So we're maybe 4 to 6 weeks away from that being in the app. Hopefully sooner. We just want to get it out there because it's why not? You should have access to it. CarSmart's Radio TV says, love your content. I've said it before, the modern day click and clack of car buying. Talk soon.
Thank you.
The click and clack comparison is incredibly humbling.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it really is.
Even though we're not from Boston, but we've spent time there.
Yes. Ivan says unbiased reports. Yep. Okay, so Todd says, I just wanted to comment that you guys are great. I like negotiating for a week or two when purchasing a car, and you guys had some good pointers that helped me get a 2020 F-150 at a good price considering the market.
Congratulations.
Nicely done, Todd.
Good to hear.
Yes, we'd love to see a photo.
Yeah.
Feel free to send us stuff. Okay, someone busted out laughing. Not sure what happened there.
Yeah.
Hogtown Biker says a large percentage of your videos are valid in Canada, some different legal issues, but that's about it. They go to the same selling school.
Cool.
Makes
Yeah, I
sense.
thought so.
Okay, so here's where we're gonna get to people about the Consumer Report stuff. You
Yeah.
know what? I'm really proud and appreciative that you spoke your mind there, because we are authentic people, and I screwed something up, and I'll own up to it. And even if I did have an expensive PR firm tell it to me, who cares? Like, the truth is what's most important.
Yes.
Yeah. So thanks
Yes.
for doing that, then. So Consumer Reports has reached out to my company to assist with an article they're writing about a specific product. That's from Coda the dog. That's awesome. Very cool,
Yeah.
Coda. That's you must be doing some really impressive
Yes.
stuff. That's awesome. Ken says you two are both good and good on ready to stand up for the truth. Yes. Yep.
I believe very strongly in that.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
I do.
Kenneth says Tacoma pricing is higher at this time of year than you'd get a better price around October for the 2021s.
Well, they just,
I-
just the beginning of the model year for the 2020.
And they're running out of the chips. I don't know. Yeah. It's hard to say. Peter says you guys are awesome. Thanks for answering my question. Sorry to get you into trouble, Zach. We're good. I'm fine. I'll be happy.
They'll be fine.
I'll be all right. Real Estate Oscar says, any advice for wholesale dealers? It's tough to get good deals as a wholesale dealer.
It is, and the only advice I would give you is to reach out to people that are privately trying to sell their cars and see if you might be able to buy them yourself, and maybe you can save a few dollars because you could pay quicker.
Yep.
But yeah, it's tough right now trying to find inventory
Yep.
at a reasonable price.
I love this. Kevin says, I bought my car at a no haggle. They still haggle.
Then it's not a real no haggle.
But you know what he's saying.
Yeah. No, I get it.
You've been there.
But you talk about like CarMax, and we had one of our viewers who used to work at CarMax as a salesperson and as a manager. He said they won't negotiate anything. They won't negotiate the warranty. They won't. The price is the price. Whatever it is that they're asking for the car, whatever it is that they're asking for the warranty, there's no they won't negotiate rate. They won't negotiate anything.
Which is just something you know.
And that's what a true no hassle, no haggle dealership is. And somebody would say, well, you would let a customer walk for $50? Well, if your policy is that it's no hassle, no haggle, well, then yes, you would.
Greg
Not that
says,
you would be happy about it, but
Yeah.
you would. It's the right thing to do.
Greg says, let's keep you on a live chat. Now let's switch over to Twitter. I don't know if anyone's tweeted us. I haven't looked, but let's see if there's any tweets.
Yeah.
Greg says, when factory ordering a vehicle online, is the net price the same as the window sticker? I guess he's saying, can I negotiate on a
No,
factory
you need
order?
to, if you're factoring ordering a car, you need to negotiate the price of the car when you order it. And then it would be subject to any incentives or rebates that are available at the time of delivery that would be then subtracted. But you want to negotiate a discounted price on your ordered car the day you order it. So there's no confusion.
We have effectively 0 tweets, so we do not have to worry, Pops,
Okay.
about Twitter. I guess Twitter's not really popping off tonight. That's
No.
okay.
Well, we're popping off.
This has been probably one of the most entertaining and heated
Heated, yes.
live streams we've ever
Yes.
done. Okay, Cooper. I think Cooper is the one who's 15 years old. Do you remember that name?
Yeah.
Damn it, Cooper.
Yeah.
You should be in bed or something, man. It's past bedtime. Let's see here. He said, okay, so this is John. He said, just paid for my 3 months.
Thank you, John.
John, love it. Now I need help getting the dealer to sell the car that has been on their lot for 10 months. I'm in Maine, so I think I'm up
Yeah.
Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, well, apparently they do things different in Maine. I don't know.
John, before you book your one-to-one consult call, get deal worksheets.
Yeah.
Use the email templates, reach out to as many dealerships as you can within a reasonable radius.
Yeah.
Get some worksheets so that when you do meet with us one-to-one, we can actually be most productive there.
Absolutely.
Good stuff, John. Can't wait to work with you. Cooper says the second you
Yeah,
finally...
yeah.
we can't. I'm sorry, Cooper. 18 over. I don't know. I think that's a rule.
No.
I think it is.
No, come on.
No, on the internet, Dad.
Yeah, kids need to be educated.
I know, but all right.
Come on. Taught you how to play blackjack when you were 8.
This is true.
Yeah.
IB says, should you tell the dealer your occupation? I feel that they are trying to make a sale on how much money they think you make.
The reason I would always ask is because I want to know something about the customer so that I could try to build a rapport, which is one of the reasons why a salesperson would ask you.
You're not a normal, car guy. That's like.
I'm not normal. Just leave it at that. But yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's
they're going to run your credit anyway.
They're going to find out sooner or later.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
But I just always found it helpful to try and understand what makes my customers tick, and part of what makes somebody tick is what they do for a living. And I was naturally curious as well.
IMMK9988 asks, when will YAA include market reports tailored for CPO options comparisons? Not sure, in all honesty, because right now, like, the big things that we're working on are the depreciation and stuff from Black Book and vehicle valuations from Black Book. We have a meeting this upcoming week with Market Scan, which powers, honestly, most dealerships and like automotive news for incentives data, and also your like the data that we have in our OTD calculator, the taxes and stuff like that, to make them more specific. So I think those are the two biggest ones we're going to work on next. But we'll see. I mean, we definitely want. We see the need to build some sort of comparison functionality. So if you're working on two different cars, you can like compare them. So stay tuned. I don't have a specific answer. We are working on, however, reviews of all the CPO programs and the extended warranties. So that should be up on the website relatively soon. Cooper says, please answer my question. We can't.
I like what Ivan said.
Ivan said, Consumer Reports is unbiased. I've been a subscriber for over 20 years. Hope to be your viewer for the next 20 as well.
Thank you, Ivan.
Thank you, Ivan.
Yeah.
Now, Ivan, you implied something here, though, which is that my father would need to stay alive for 20 years. So please, in the live chat or on Twitter or wherever you'd like, just remind us that going for walks and you made me hot earlier. It's my turn. I'm getting you back. Go for walks. Just go to, please. He went for a walk today.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was really happy to see that.
Yeah.
It was 70 degrees. It was beautiful here.
Beautiful here today.
All right, so let's see here. Code of the Dog says, when will YAA have a lot jockey or door greeter as a special guest? Can you make some phone calls?
I could.
Hogtown Biker says, tell everyone to hit the like button.
Yeah.
Do you want to say it?
Hit the like button.
We're almost at 100 likes.
Wow. Well,
You'd think we should be able to get as many likes as chat revenue.
Yeah. Let's
Maybe.
get some more likes, folks. Does that help?
I have no clue.
Does that help the algorithm?
I really don't know how it works on live chats. We don't even know how.
I don't know how any of this works.
Okay. When is interest? This is from Abel XC11. When is interest rate on the factory orders talked about at the dealer?
Well, sometimes you can lock in special interest rates that are available. Some manufacturers will allow you to do that. Most will not. But interest rates, you just have to realize that interest rates right now are at historically low levels, and the Fed has said they're not going to be increasing interest rates for quite some time.
Yeah.
So I am sure that manufacturers will continue with cheap subvented interest rates, and even if they aren't subvented, you could probably still get the 1.9s or 2.9s or 2.49s. I mean,
yeah.
Money's cheap today.
Lawn Care Michigan Hope says our wholesale price is going back up. We pulled up the Black Book report. We'll make a video probably this weekend or beginning of next week. We pulled it up maybe like 30 minutes ago in the live stream, so just go back. We went over it. Carsmarts Radio TV says Twitter is mostly dead. Insta on the way. Load some content on OnlyFans. TikTok, not Your Auto Advocate OnlyFans?
Sure. Sure, you want me to exercise.
You're going to go like for your next doctor's appointment. They're going to be like, Ray, you lost 30 pounds. What did you do?
How'd you do it? OnlyFans.
My dad was telling me this story because he went to the doctor, last week?
Yeah.
And he comes back and he's so proud of himself. He's like, the doctor, I was like making small talk and they're like, well, what do you do for work? And he's like, I make YouTube videos. And they just like kind of looked at me like they didn't know what I was saying. And now I'm imagining you going back the next time. And they're like, oh, how's YouTube? And you're like, no, I'm on OnlyFans now.
yeah. I'm stepping up.
No, maybe we should make some TikTok content. I have no clue how to do that. I'm not
What-
young enough.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
Well, hell, if you don't know, there's no hope for me.
Abel XC11 says, I'm looking forward to my one-to-one consult. Nice. Yeah,
Cool.
if you're buying a car in the next 90 days, you want to meet with one of us to talk about it, use the market price reports. We've talked about enough here now, but yeah, go to the website. We will meet with you. Paul Haas says, Twitter banned you guys.
Okay.
That's
really?
a shame.
Why?
Kevin says, one-on-one consult equals OnlyFans.
Oh, God.
You're on to us, Kevin.
Yeah.
Nick said something here. Wait, I got to find my place. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys. All the comments are this is really quite fun. You guys rock. With your advice, I managed to get a good deal of $1,000 below invoice price for a 2021 Mazda 6 Touring. Where can I send you guys the invoice from one of the dealers? Nick, if you send the email with the invoice info at YourAutoAdvocate.com, that comes to me. Yeah, we're compiling all the invoices. We're going to put like a real concerted effort towards it probably in a couple weeks, but like,
it takes time.
But it's cool. Like we did that live stream in the video where we reviewed how to read a Mazda invoice.
Yeah.
So I'm sure, Nick, you were like empowered.
Yeah.
How cool.
Yeah.
Mango says, purchased your promotion for my son. Great gift.
Well, thank you, man.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you know anyone who's going to be buying a car anytime soon, you want them to have professional help.
Yeah.
Well, you're involved.
It's kind of like a gift of love.
All right. 9844 ABCDEFG.
Yeah.
You guys asked for my car deal and videos. You guys wrote me an email asking for my car deal. I responded to email with screenshots and invoices and window stickers. All fine so far. You guys neither acknowledged nor respond to my emails. Then why ask for our deals? I'm really glad actually that I read that, because truth is the truth. We get 100 to 150 emails a day. Part of the reason we just launched the new plans today back at YourAutoAdvocate.com is honestly so that we can focus on like building the business. And like, so if you become that premium member, like you get the one-to-one consult, you get the members only live streams. Like, yes, we do want to do as many videos as possible about car deals. We do want to do deal analysis live streams, but like, I can't organize it all, and my dad doesn't want to organize it. It's like, it's really hard.
So, then why ask?
Because we do a few of them.
Yeah.
Don't we? I mean,
Yeah,
we
no,
do
we do
like
some.
a video a week that is like a deal
Yeah.
analysis, but like we
Yeah.
can't do them all. Sorry, I don't feel good.
I would say this: we should do a better job of at least acknowledging and appreciating the fact that you sent it. Whether we actually have the opportunity to utilize it or to really review it is irrelevant. What's relevant is that we should at least acknowledge and thank you for having sent it in.
And like, just to, I mean, this is as real as.
It doesn't, yeah.
No, I mean, I think
they don't need to know that you're overwhelmed.
Like, look at that, 1440, right?
Okay,
Like,
they don't need to know that. What they need to know is that you care enough to.
I
at
do.
least
We do care,
acknowledge.
of course. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. We need to come up with some sort of system to acknowledge people.
Yes.
I agree. It's so easy to state the problems but not propose the solutions. So I got to figure out a solution now, but I'll figure it out.
You've got a team. Put them to work.
I do not. You don't put people to work. That's not how things get done. All right. Anyway, sound quality isn't the best. Yeah, I ran out of USB-C ports on my MacBook, so we're not using the normal mic. Sorry.
Can you get another adapter?
I don't know. I'm like,
Well, isn't that what this thing is?
yeah, but that thing didn't have another thing to plug into the thing. Yeah, it's
Well,
been.
yeah, but can't you plug them into? Can't you get one of these that we could have USB-C things that go into them?
I know. I got to buy one.
Why do I have to come up to the technology solutions? Let's go, buddy.
John says, "Walk it out, Ray." Don't know what that means. Greg suggests you go vegan. I'm on board with that.
I'm not.
Someone retracted a message.
Yeah.
Algorithm prioritizes watch time over likes, but likes are better than nothing. Live streams are great for watch time. Thank you, Skylar.
Okay.
Just
Cool.
learned something
Thank
new.
you.
Yes, likes and comments help. Yeah, please comment down below.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Comment, the next car you want to buy, something like that. That'd be fun. All right, let's answer a few more here, Pops, and then we'll get out of here. How's that sound?
Okay.
Unless you want to stay on, I'll just get water. I've got nothing better to do.
Well, I'd like to eat.
Fair enough. Okay, let's do this one from Always Cola. I saw a used car online a few days ago and the price dropped by $1,000 today. Is that a red flag or should I check it out? I scheduled a test drive tomorrow.
No, it's not a red flag. It might indicate that it's been sitting on their lot too long and they're determined and need to get rid of it. And so they're lowering their price to make that happen.
Turn policy.
Yeah.
Victoria Channel says, or Chanel, excuse me. What's your thoughts on window, tire, and dent warranties, Pops?
Well, I know tire and wheel came in handy for you. Well, didn't. You should have, if you would have had it first. I mean, they all have some value. It all depends on how much they're asking you to pay for it.
Yep, exactly. Get yourself like a good deal.
And window, I would, like the windshield stuff, don't, because you're covered by your insurance company anyway.
Exactly.
Most automobile insurance policies have glass coverage, so if you get a star in the windshield or something, your insurance company will pay for it.
So let's wrap in the next couple minutes here. But before we go, can everyone please, either in the live chat or the comments, just acknowledge my dad, before we got on, was not wearing this shirt all day. He looks freaking great. You've got the blue watch on.
Yeah,
show the people. You've got the blue
I'm
watch.
very coordinated. I got the blue watch and the blue bead bracelets today to go with my blue shirt. I'm not wearing my blue sneakers. I could have, but I figure, well, you're not seeing below the table.
Follow us on Instagram if you want to see below the table.
Yeah, that's the key. But the real key is the color coordinate, and that's one of the things I try desperately to do is to color coordinate. Maybe I'll get some blue glasses.
I mean, honestly, if you're looking to get the best car deal possible, color coordinate, that saves you at least.
If you go in color coordinated, I mean, they're going.
Where you're,
if it's taxable, they're going to drop their drawers. I don't know about the price, but they'll drop their. No, that's the cash only. What else?
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
One thing my dad taught me. We used to play golf together. My dad took a short hiatus from the car business. He had a golf store.
I did.
Then
went right back into the golf when the golf store went bankrupt.
Yep. And so then we would play golf occasionally.
Yeah.
And I remember one time we went shopping before, like, the first time we ever played, and we spent a lot of money on, like, golf clothes. Yeah. And you told me it doesn't matter how well you play.
It's how you look.
It's how you look.
It's how you look.
And
you gotta look the part.
You know what? That's kind of how you look. Damn good tonight.
Yeah.
You're going to buy a car, dress up, wear your YAA merch.
You gotta look the part. Now, I will tell you this: as a manager, I used to tell my salespeople to absolutely, positively not wear expensive suits to work.
Really?
Yes, because I didn't want the customer coming in looking and go, he's wearing $1,000 suit. I'm not paying for that. Okay. I didn't want my salespeople to be overdressed. I wanted them to look nice. I wanted them to look professional, but I didn't want them, wearing $1,000 or $1,500 suits. So dress nice, but not too nice.
Yep, exactly.
Yes.
All right, Pops, you got any parting shots before we sign off? This has been a blast, though, so I feel like we should continue to do these, like the Friday nights or the Saturday nights, whatever you want to do.
As long as there's no football games.
Yeah,
I'm in. Listen. Would I much rather be really retired, and nah, probably not.
You're having fun with this.
I enjoy doing this, and I enjoy being able to share with the viewers out there, and with our community, and with our members at YAA. I know there's a lot of comments where people question my motives for doing it, and they're certain that I took advantage of people while I was in the industry. And what they don't know is that I've held these views my entire life, and I figured out ways to incrementally change the car business, at least in the dealerships where I worked, to make it a much more pleasant and rewarding experience for the customers, and doing it in as transparent a manner as I possibly could. And if that meant telling somebody that they shouldn't buy a car, that it wasn't in their best interest, I would tell them not to do that. It wasn't necessarily in the best interest of the store,
do you remember?
But ultimately, it was in the best interest for the customer, and ultimately they would remember that and come and reward me by buying a car when it was in their best interest to do it. So, yes, I get that people think I'm giving back because they feel like I took advantage of people my entire life, and what you don't know is I'm giving back because that's just how I am, and just who I am, and just what I believe in.
I remember I asked my dad this question one time, and it took me a little while to feel comfortable asking it. It was, do you think that the way you treated your customers held you back in your career?
Yeah, I probably did.
And I remember when you told me that answer. Yeah. It's like, yeah, because I didn't make the most money possible. I wasn't going to get promoted every time.
Yeah, I wasn't. I always looked at it as dealerships have a decision to make. Do they want to sell everybody one car and never sell them a second car because of the way they mistreated them selling them that one car? Or do they want to sell many people many cars? And I always operated out of the construct that you want to sell many cars to these people. So the first car was, okay, let's establish our relationship and then let's build on that relationship, because over time, I want to sell you a bunch of cars. I want to sell cars to you. I want to sell cars to your kids. I want to sell cars to your friends. I want to sell cars to your coworkers, because you feel comfortable doing business with me. And when they would come back to buy a car and they go, man, that's really an aggressive price. And I would look at them and go, hell, I made all the money I needed to make the first time. I don't need to make as much the second time or the third time or the fourth time. And so that was the way I tried to approach the businesses. I'm not trying to sell everybody one car. I'm trying to sell a few people a lot of cars.
So then put it in the perspective of building YAA. So Liho Daniel asks, wait, $10. Incredible.
Thank you.
I checked on Your Auto Advocate and the suggested price is $34,768 and the dealer asking price is $36,950. I earlier hinted that I would be willing to sign a deal for $36,000. I'll be visiting the dealership soon. What's your input?
Well, my input is, if that's a new car, then our suggested price could be, is not utilizing any of the incentives yet. And if they're hinting that they're not really going to come down a lot, you know, it doesn't mean that my price is right. It just means, in my mind, that's what I thought it could be. But I'm not.
Sounds like to me though, Dad. I mean, our suggested offer is $2,000 under the dealer asking price. You want to be, Liho, out the door at 36. Go in with an OTD quote, your own expected OTD quote. It'll probably be close to 36.
Yeah, you would think, but yeah, I just you work them. Let them know that you're serious about buying a car, and that this is their opportunity. Let's neither one of us blow it.
Well, get the worksheet. Like,
yes.
100% get the worksheet that shows you the selling price and then all the accessories that they're inevitably going to add. Like, get that worksheet, and then you can work off of the OTD quote there.
Yes.
Thank you, Liho. Everybody loves politics. Love this live streams. How are the me and my dad videos going? We didn't film this week, and that's on me. I got really overwhelmed. I'm sorry, Dad. We will have new advice from my dad content. I think we're up to 250 subscribers over there, which is so cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I can't believe that. So we will get more podcasts out on advice from my dad. I think the most recent one was about what is love. I want to ask my dad about going bankrupt. I want you to talk about that experience and then bouncing back from that.
Yeah.
And then maybe we'll talk about like principles and values and things like that on another episode, because that's what you were just preaching about. And honestly, it's like,
there's certain things that drive me, and that's
exactly. All right, last question, Pops.
Yeah.
Well, Janet said, love these vids, missed a few and glad I made it in. Janet, thank you. We appreciate you. All right, Swordfish said, what's for dinner tonight, Dad?
You know, it could be some fried chicken.
Could be some fried chicken.
Yeah, I have some cold fried chicken in the fridge.
I just want to share with folks, like, the reason to follow us on social media is because
there's no good reason to follow us on social media.
Is because I will just randomly take photos of my father. Like, this was literally yesterday. And I said, what's for lunch? Comment down below. The person who guesses correctly gets a free Your Auto Advocate t-shirt. And there you go. Subvet said hard-boiled eggs or egg salad sandwiches. And what happened? I said, wow, that was quick. I'll DM you so I can get your address and send you birch. We posted this on Facebook too. Someone on Facebook guessed it immediately as well. I sent out 2 t-shirts yesterday. I'm just saying, you never know what's for lunch. And that's probably...
Or for dinner.
And it's a way for me to keep my dad on his toes. So, yeah, there you go. All right, Pops, you feel like we've done our due diligence tonight?
Well, I don't know if we did any due diligence, but we certainly did more than our fair share of sharing with the folks out there.
Thank you, Dad. All right, appreciate
Thank you,
everyone.
everybody. Happy New Year to everybody. When's the next live stream?
Is there football next Saturday?
I'm not sure.
I don't think there's either Friday or Saturday. If you signed up to become a premium, again, YourAutoAdvocate.com. If you become a premium member, we're actually going to send a survey out probably on Monday on Martin Luther King Day, asking what days people want the weekly member-only live streams, because we want to make sure as many people can attend as possible. And those are going to be, again, smaller groups, more like Zoom.
More intimate.
Yeah, like so we can actually spend an hour really getting into the weeds. So stay tuned for that.
Yep. I guess we're done.
You want to hit the button?
No, you can.
See you guys. Thanks
Bye.
so much.